It's a doorway into one of the most exotic continents on Earth. From the shoreline of the Atlantic Ocean to the peaks of the high Atlas Mountains and into the dunes of the Sahara, the landscape is just a backdrop against one of the most diverse countries in all of Africa. With its blend of cultures, languages, religion, and cuisine, it's an oasis of diverse customs and traditions that have heavily influenced this part of the world for centuries. Yet it's the heartbeat of this country's traditions and customs that can be found in the faith and music of the people. This is the gateway to Africa. This is Morocco. Morocco's history stretches back more than a millennium. From the Amazigh dynasty more than 1,000 years ago, up to its restoration as a sovereign nation from the French protectorate, Morocco is an exotic country filled with culture and tradition. And at the heart of this nation's cultural heritage is her music. To explore the music of Morocco would be a voyage unlike any other. Journeying across Morocco and visiting 10 cities over 15 days, these three friends will travel through the heart of this exotic country.
Let's go, I'm going to show you Morocco in style.
Nouman Latlu is a Moroccan superstar singer, songwriter, and producer. Hassan Hakmoun is a master Gnawa musician who has performed with many international artists, including Peter Gabriel. Laurent Legal is a documentary filmmaker looking for his next great story to tell. The history of Morocco's music continues to weave threads into the fabric of today's melodies. It's what these three friends hope to explore on their journey across the northern part of Morocco. Their voyage begins in Morocco's largest city, Casablanca. The city is a remarkable blend of modern architecture with old-world charm, a unique fusion of 21st century life and Islamic heritage. It's a thriving, pulsing center of culture and history. A perfect representation of Morocco's commitment to heritage and tradition can be found in Casablanca at one of the largest and most exquisite mosques ever built.
Built along the Atlantic Ocean, this is the Hassan II Mosque. It's beautiful, it's one of the largest in the world, and it's named after the current king's father.
I wish Casablanca to be endowed with a large, fine building, of which it can be proud until the end of time. I want to build this mosque on the water, because God's throne is on the water. King Hassan II, 1980.
But we are here in
We are underwater. We're underwater.
It's built underwater.
And even when you're praying next to the water. It's the third biggest mosque in the world and the highest minaret in the world. Started in 1986 until 1994, day and night, 24 hours a day. But what is fantastic for me is that every single piece here has been made by hand. No machine has worked in the whole mosque. And this smooth sailing opens in summer.
one of the beautiful things I like most about Casablanca, it's the Hassan II Mosque. It's one of the best places in Morocco to visit. And the most beautiful thing about this mosque, it's that all the Moroccans have participated in the building of it by giving a lot of money. People from Casablanca, we are very proud of this site here in Morocco.
بلادي يا زين البلدان بلادي
One man who had a profound influence on today's music in Morocco resides here in Casablanca, Abdelwahab Doukhali. His penthouse high above the city displays his numerous music awards from his career, including medals from Pope John Paul II and Pope Benedict XVI. He invites the three friends over, where they ask about his musical influences.
أنا في الصغر ديالي لما بدأت في أعشق يعني بصراحة.
When I first started getting in love with arts in general and in music in particular was Master Mohammed Abdel Wahab, my idol.
بأنه الناس كل واحد عنده المشاكل ديالو اليومية.
I tried at the beginning to sing and compose all the feelings of the people, sad things about the things that they cannot express themselves. I tried to put all the subjects in my songs to be very close to these people. Is that right? Is that
yes,
right?
That's completely right.
Why don't you
well,
take?
Yeah, I mean, what he's doing is actually writing his music through how the people feel in life, so he can connect with their problems and what they're going through life, and that's how he connects with the people, singing their feeling and their problems.
And today,
وي الآن العقليات كتختلف والآن هذا الزمن ديال السرعة.
So what he's trying to say that what's happening today and the musicians today, the kids, the new generations that are doing the music today that you hear, he already started doing that in 1970s, started doing that, and he have done it. And for him, and through my eyes and what he's saying, it's amazing to see 50, 60 years, it just arrived. What he already done that for the people.
كنت كنشوفك غير في الحلم كنشوف شحال حلمات جداك الله يرحمها تشدك بين يديها ساعة ساعة شداتها قبل ما تجيها هلك المرض والقدر.
Another artist whose music includes messages for the people of Morocco is Don Big. He is one of the hottest rap artists in the country, and he is finishing his latest track, a song dedicated to his son.
نشوف عليني وجدك مجمعين نار شدك بين يديا شفت وجه ماماك رجع في الدم ورا الوجع ما دار فيه شفت راسي في المرايا ملي هزيتك اول مره عيني في عينك وضحكتي كاع ما مليتك واخا نهزك 100 عام فوق كتافي ولدي نتايا قبل ما نعرفك راني تمنيتك
عرس كيف درتو في هايدي هتير نمون فدن مثل إزوان وصرت مثل إزوان أفعرس أو بيوي أفعرس أو بيوي فدن مثل إزوان وصرت مثل إزوان يكنز من عليك ولاد كي يشوفوا والدي وغرس.
He takes the friends around the corner to a little restaurant called Zaina.
We are in the middle of traditional hood called Habous, and this is Zaina's place. In my personal view, this is the best place you can be, and the must-have thing is a tea because we are in a traditional restaurant.
so you drink tea after every lunch, every meal, every...
All day long.
All day long.
Yeah. After or within.
Alek. الله يعطيك الخير.
There you go. Shukran. We say shukran. Okay.
لا شكرا على واجب.
No, but in your song, what I liked one thing when you was talking about school to your kids.
The most important thing is to study. Even if you're an artist, you need to get some knowledge.
Yes.
Some background. It helps.
Education is very important.
Yeah, it's definitely the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about in Morocco. So it was all
But
about.
talking about education, you are speaking a very good English. Where did you
Very
learn?
well, very well.
Well, thanks to MTV.
It's MTV.
She
Cheers with meringues.
The northern part of Morocco can be divided in two: the side that borders the Atlantic Ocean and the side that meets the Mediterranean Sea. And in between is the next stop on this voyage.
This is Tangiers. To the west, the Atlantic Ocean. To the east, the Mediterranean. Behind me, I can see Spain. And in front of me, this is the gateway to Africa.
Throughout Morocco's history, Tangier has been the entrance into this amazing country. The city's origins date back to 500 AD. Over the centuries, the Romans, Arabs, French, and many other countries have all controlled Tangier in some way or another before it was restored to Morocco in 1956.
It seems that Tangiers changed a lot.
It's actually, the change is thanks to our king, Mohammed VI.
Yeah.
With all his huge efforts and
the city seems modern, more modern.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Laurent meets with Kautar Barani, one of the most popular singers in Morocco.
I'm graduated from the Higher International Institute of Tourism of Tangier, and I used to live here for like 5 years. And my hometown is actually known for its different culture, the Amazigh culture.
The Amazigh?
Yes. The twist in the Amazigh culture is we have like our special language, which is Amazigh.
Amazigh.
Yes,
Amazigh.
you're good at that.
Yes, absolutely.
We have special language, and it's considered as the one of the official languages in Morocco. Me, as a Moroccan Amazigh, of course I speak dialect Moroccan, and I speak Amazigh, and we have also like different traditions, different traditional clothes, jewelries.
So it means you sing in Amazighian language?
Yes, with different words, different language, different spirit, and different instruments. I mean, we use like basic instruments, not a lot of these new ones.
Kautar's music is rooted in the Amazigh style, but she has recently begun to explore more modern arrangements, such as in her latest single, Game Over. Intrigued, Laurent asks Kautar to show him some examples of Amazigh culture. They head down the street to a local shop.
I'm gonna show you carpets with an Amazigh twist. So
this one, for example,
yes. This one, for example, it's pure Amazigh. You can see it's beautiful.
Why? Because of this little decoration,
yes,
for
and
example?
it's handmade.
Yeah? Is it wool? It's wool.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This shop is amazing.
Can you see this beautiful piece of art? This is a mirror, actually. You can open it.
It's very nice.
And the shape is Amazigh, actually.
The shape is very cool. It's very new.
Yes. It's new to you, but it's not new to us.
I know, because
we got used to it.
Yes,
there is a twist, an Amazigh twist in this mirror.
How would you say in Amazighian language, it's beautiful, it's splendid?
Menaya ishna atta.
Oh, so it's long, but it's beautiful.
As night falls, the city comes to life. Kautar takes Laurent to one of the most popular places in all of Tangier.
It's called Soul Magazine, which means that people a long time ago used to come here to take a rest and to take a breath again.
The view is spectacular.
The view is wonderful, literally wonderful.
Do you know a good place where we can eat tonight?
Yeah, I think if you want to eat something good here, we can go there.
Yeah, of course.
Akrif Legmich is a friend of Kautar's and helps Laurent find a late-night meal. They are close to the city's Medina, one of the oldest parts of Tangier, and the best places to get authentic Moroccan cuisine.
The bread, it's something that It's super important.
Very important. Yeah,
In
it's
the
like
American
rice.
cuisine.
It's like rice in China.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Because we use that with everything. To dip.
Yeah, to dip dishes. We have a dish and then we eat with bread.
Absolutely.
It's like it's our spoon. It's our spoon. Yeah.
Poisson, merci.
Une appétit.
Voilà.
Merci, shukran Allah yjazaak. Merci.
Oh my gosh. So there is different kind of fish.
Yeah, it's just...
So you have your brochette.
Brochette is chicken or beef skewers, seasoned with herbs and spices and usually grilled.
You know what?
What?
Here, everything is flavored.
Yeah.
Even, you know, the fish has a special...
Spices.
Yeah, a little bit of spice. How was your brochette?
It's great.
It's great?
So you can taste it.
Yeah?
Wait.
Is it a chicken, huh?
Yeah, it is.
You know, and chicken, and you put a little bit of chicken in the...
Oh my God.
Harissa. So we say harissa.
Harissa, yeah.
Harissa.
Yeah.
Harissa is a very strong spicy sauce.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, this one is really, really spicy. So when you order food in Morocco, it's not little. You have fries, you have like the fish, you have the little olives.
You're talking about
you
the
have
quantity.
The little, yes.
Yeah, it's a big quantity. We eat a lot.
The fish, yeah, c'est très bon. It's very good.
The Rif Mountains are Morocco's northernmost mountain range. The highest peak rises over 2,000 meters above sea level. They are home to the Amazigh people, and nestled at the feet of these mountains is a city that will lure Laurent and his friends back in time.
We are on our way to Chefchaouen, but people tell me it's the jewel of the Rif Mountains.
As they approach the city, dusk descends on the Medina, where the El Kouzmeh ensemble brings the town to life. This is a traditional style of music called Taktuka al-Jabliya. They are performing outside of the Kasbah, among the food vendors and shops. They are most famous for the tea tray dance, which is performed by one of the musicians.
I woke up early this morning because I wanted to hear the first prayer of the day. It's a very strange atmosphere. The city is still asleep. That's it. Starting. At 5:55. It's amazing.
As the dawn illuminates the Medina, Laurent explores the narrow side streets. It's easy to get lost in this picturesque city. Nuaman joins Laurent to show him around the Medina.
This is Chefchaouen, the blue city, the jewel of the Rif Mountain, built in the late 15th century by Moulay Ali bin Rashid, who came from Andalusia within the Moresque civilization. And since then, nothing has changed. The city is always peaceful, blue, clean.
So we call that lila.
Lila, blue lila.
Blue lila.
Blue lila.
Chefchaoun's Medina is one of the most beautiful in all of Morocco. It has maintained its old world charm for over 700 years and is celebrated for its blue streets.
This house was built in 1471, from 1471 to 1511. And the thing is, nothing has changed since that time. Everything since then is the same. The houses, the street.
So what is the story behind the blue?
It's actually, I think, I asked and they told me that this is the color they used to have back in Moresque Andalusia, back in 1471. So they tried to make like a copy of what they used to have in Andalusia.
But it's like, it's so clean everywhere. They take good care of the city.
It's in the mind of the people. Like, each month you find the women of the neighborhood getting together, buying this inexpensive paint, putting the powder, and painting the walls, and painting the ground, and painting, so as the city will remain always very clean.
The idea of a laundromat is very different here. You wash your clothes in paradise.
Like his daughter Radia, Chefchaouen has become a muse for Nu'uman's songwriting.
Nu'uman is really popular. Everywhere we go, people want photo with him. Look at that. So how are you? You're recognized on every corner of the street.
You're gonna see that I'm recognized in every corner of Morocco.
Oh.
The main kind of music in this all region, Chefchaouen and the region, is either Chefchaouen Haddarat. It's an orchestra of women. It's an Andalusian heritage and it's pure Sufi, love with God. And they have a very special scale around this area called Higaz Jibli. La 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 la. It's a chorus tune. So I took this scale and out of it I did my song. Ya Shawan, Ya Nuwara. I did this song, as I told you, in 2006, I think 2005, called Ya Chefchaouen Ya Nuwara. Since then, it started to be the official song of the city. And when I had the 70,000 people public, I just started singing the next thing, and the rest, the 70,000. Ya Chefchaouen Ya. Even the schools, if we have time, we can go see a school and you see all the kids singing this song.
So you think a song can change the world?
It did.
Nu'uman and Hassan and their families head to a local school to surprise the children. Forged over millions of years, the peaks of the Atlas mountain range rise in the southwest territory of Morocco and stretch to the northeast region. It's this massive mountain range, more than 2,000 kilometers in length, that separates the fertile, green lands along the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea from the dry and always shifting sands of the Sahara. Laurent Legal, a documentary filmmaker, and his friends Nu'uman Latlu, a superstar singer, songwriter, and producer, and Hassan Hakmoun, a master Gnawa musician, are heading into the most sweeping and diverse part of Morocco. This is Fez, one of Morocco's largest cities. Seated in a valley surrounded by beautiful peaks on the north side of the Atlas Mountains, it was once the capital of the Moroccan kingdom. This enchanting city can be viewed through two different lenses: the modern, urban, and sophisticated metropolis, lush and green, confident and enlightened. The other, more well-known area of Fez is the Medina. Called Fez El Bali, this is one of the original sections of the city. Over the last millennium, Fez has been called by some the Athens of Africa. Others have called it the Mecca of the West. Built in 789 AD, Fez has played many important roles in Morocco's history, including her independence.
This is the first manifest in Morocco signed back in 11 January 1944 to ask for the independence of Morocco sent to the French government.
Why did it happen in Fez?
Because it was signed in Fez, and guess what? It didn't happen here. It happened in this house.
Nouman grew up here. He and Laurent venture into the Medina.
This is one of the 14 gates surrounding the Medina of Fez, called the Blue Gate, also called Bab Boujloud or Military Gate.
Medinas like this were fortified to protect the citizens from invading armies.
Blue from outside and green from the other side, and blue refers to astrology and the sky, the color of the sky. Yeah.
The narrow streets and cobblestone roads of the Medina are lively and active. Spices, incense, clothing, and food have been bought and sold inside these walls for over 1,200 years.
Oh, look at that. You know what's that? No. It's a clock back from the 14th century.
A clock?
Yes. You can see the woods. They are like 12 pieces related to the 12 numbers of the clock.
Okay.
Whenever the sun touches one of them, it's 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And then again, it's called Al-Madrasa Al-Bu'ananiya, probably one of the oldest clock in the world.
And oldest wood as well, because it's like...
The wood is original from the 14th century. Very important to the monument in Fez.
Within this ancient city are several historical landmarks that Nouman shows his friend.
This is the house of the first sociologue and historian in the world called Ibn Khaldun.
So a very, very, very long time ago.
14th century.
14th century, okay, long time.
So this fountain here and this place here is called Fountain and Place of Najjarin, dated to 17th century. And you see, you know, this place here, it was also a social place where people and you get to know each other and get in...
Little cafe.
And girls that want to be married dress well and come here so as men can see them and boys can see them and they get married.
Did it happen to you?
No, not to me. Well, this is Fez. This is the oldest university in the world. Yeah. It's a mosque also called Al-Qarawiyyin. Built in 808 by Fatima al-Fihriya coming from Tunisia. At that time, you used to teach here medicine, sociology, mathematics at the 9th century. And when I say the oldest in the world, it's older than Oxford, older than Sorbonne, the oldest university on the globe. So this is the monument of Fez.
But we cannot go inside.
We cannot go inside
because
it's not allowed for non-Muslims.
I understand.
I love Fez because of tradition, customs, and elegance. So Fez is the intellectual capital. Of course, it is the handicraft capital because of the tannery, the oldest tannery, and they are the best artisans in Morocco.
The history of tanning leather in Fez stretches back more than 1,000 years. Numerous stone vessels filled with a vast range of dyes and various liquids are spread out like a tray of watercolors. This process, utilizing natural ingredients such as limestone and vegetables, has been used since the 11th century. The magic and charm of Fez has caught Laurent's attention. The look and feel of the Medina, with its history and culture, provide a stunning backdrop for a possible documentary.
Je peux prendre une photo? Bien sûr, ouais.
Laurent's ancestry certainly comes in handy while visiting Morocco.
Alors, je voudrais aller,
as French is one of the major languages spoken throughout the country.
Clothes for men. Is that direction?
Yeah, in this direction.
Okay.
It's easy.
Yeah. Okay, I think this one is really nice. So, how much would it be for that?
Pay 50 dirham and they give you a small gift for you.
That's okay. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What did you buy?
Look at that. Very nice.
What did you buy?
Beautiful, no?
Very beautiful. And what's that?
It's a scarf.
Palestinian. Okay. This is what we call the brass square.
Yeah.
And it's very famous in Fez, this square here. And this...
The two friends make their way deeper into the Medina. The sounds of brass and copper being forged by hand fills the air. Not just known for its handcrafted goods, Fez is also renowned for its food.
The cooking is really the best in Morocco. It's really spectacular.
Nordine, who works at the hotel where Laurent and the friends are staying, accompanies Laurent into the souk. It's the market within the Medina.
And here you can find everything you want.
Everything you need, everything you want.
This is the market. We can find the meat, the vegetables.
All things you will find it here.
The goal is to buy the necessary fresh ingredients to make a classic tagine dish.
I love those black ones. Is it possible?
Yeah, we use it in the
because they are so tasty.
In Morocco, it is still customary for men to go into the souk and purchase the fresh ingredients for cooking, and for the women to prepare and cook the tagine. The name comes from the clay pot the ingredients are slowly cooked and served in.
This is lamb, very tender, very juicy. It's gamey, it's like, it's an enchantment.
The day comes to a close with a private concert by television superstar and musician Majda Yayawi on the rooftop overlooking Fez. Having explored Fez, the friends continue on their voyage. The friends head into the mountains.
The landscape of Morocco is so diverse. It's absolutely beautiful.
The Mid-Atlas mountain range, which runs through the very heart of the countryside, is one reason for Morocco's diverse and exotic landscape. As the friends and their families travel into the mountains, they find a region that is lush and vibrant.
We're going to go through Khenifra. Khenifra is in the mid-Atlas, and we use what we call ahidus. It's a style of life, dancing men and women, playing drums and dancing and moving.
We are in the countryside, 1 mile above the sea level. I mean, this is only one part of Morocco where you can see certain things that you don't see, like, for example, in the south of Morocco.
Where there is the Sahara and
exactly.
all the dunes in the sand.
That's right.
So many different sceneries and geography. It's crazy.
Absolutely. So Morocco is not just sand and desert. There is many different clay.
Here, 1,000 meters above sea level, life is very simple. The residents are very close to the land and lead more natural lives. But life in this part of the country can have its hardships. A Moroccan artist whose folk music expressed the joys and sorrows of the people who left their villages in the Middle Atlas Mountains to make a living in Morocco's urban centers is Mohamed Rouisha. Raised in Khenefra, he was an award-winning musician who performed all over Morocco up to his death in 2012. His son, Ahmad Allah Rouisha, continues to carry on his legacy and is himself an award-winning musician and was even decorated by the King Mohammed VI. Leaving no stone unturned, Hassan takes Laurent to meet him.
I believe your father was a very influential artist here in Morocco. Would you tell me about him?
نعم الأب ديالي هو رائد من رواد الأغنية الأمازيغية والمغربية بصفة عامة.
My father, he was the one and only famous, and you can call him as a king of the Amazighi music in the Middle Atlas Mountain.
I believe you are a very famous artist too. What is your style?
أنا تنعزف على الموسيقى الأمازيغية الزيانية اللي بالأطلس المتوسط منطقة سميتها خنيفرة.
I am following the footsteps of my father. I have the same costumes that my father used to wear, and I play the same instruments that my father left me. And I play the style that he used to play, which is called the Amazighian music from the Middle Atlas Mountain.
The friends continue their journey through the mountains. With a full day of driving ahead of them, Laurent asks Nouman about the differences between Eastern and Western music.
In Western music, the alphabet is 12 tones because we divide the tone into half, sharp, and flat. In Eastern music, we divide it into 4. We have sharp, we have flat, we have half sharp and half flat, what we call quarter tune. And let me explain to you in my instruments. For example, let's play a C major. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Now I'll go to this E and divide it into 2 again, which is what we call quarter tune. Da, ti, da, 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 da. So it's more rich.
As they discuss the music of Morocco, their voyage out of the mountains is leading them into a new frontier.
What I love about Morocco is the diverse climate and landscape there are. For instance, if you go up to the north, you have all the beaches and with the sand and everything. But if you drive a few hours just next to Tangiers, or if you go up to Marrakech, you have all the mountains, and right next to it you can go skiing, for instance. In just a few hours, you can go from the beach to the mountains, and then just a couple of hours after that, you're right down at the desert.
The large peaks of the Atlas Mountains, many rising over 3,000 meters above sea level, are a natural barrier for weather patterns that come from the Atlantic Ocean. As a result, the southern side of the Atlas Mountains is dry and barren. This is the beginning of the largest hot desert on Earth, the Sahara. Covering almost all of North Africa, its size is comparable to that of the United States. The Zis River snakes 280 kilometers from the Atlas Mountains into the Sahara and feeds a large and vibrant oasis. The friends' journey continues south into the desert to a town called Merzouga. It sits just 50 kilometers from the border of Algeria. Almost 1/3 of the land on our planet is desert, and its most iconic feature is the sand dune. And a sunrise in this part of the world is a one-of-a-kind experience.
In my region, Tafilalet, we love to play a guitar. We hear all the music. We listen to English music. For example, we can say Robbie Williams. We can say Spanish music like Enrique Iglesias. But our first music and all time in our house especially or everywhere is Berber music.
The musician Miloud Meskawi is popular throughout Morocco for infusing African jazz into his music, which relies on the pentatonic scale, an ancient musical scale that is still popular in today's modern music.
Well, the music played in this region is Amazighian music, mixed with West African music and also Middle Eastern music. You know what's amazing about this place here in the desert in Merzouga? People here, the musicians, they play any kind of things around them, like, for example, the stones, you know, rocks. I mean, look around you. Musicians here use whatever it's around them to play music. But you know what? Stop talking about music and stuff. Let's go have some fun now.
What do you mean?
I'm telling you, man, you're gonna enjoy it. Trust me.
Hassan,
yes, my brother.
Amazing.
This is it, man. We are here in the desert of Merzouga. The whole region here is called Tafilas. In the 16th century, it used to be called Season Mesa.
Amazing place.
Should we go again? Brother. Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
The dunes of Merzouga make for a great environment for four-wheeling, but life in the Sahara means traversing this environment for more than just fun. Like Yassine, who Laurent met while enjoying the arid weather of the Sahara. He drives across these dunes daily to get to his job. His mobilette is the modern-day camel. As the day fades to night, Nouman, Hassan, and Laurent gather with their friends to jam, to tell stories, and reflect on their adventure. Traveling more than 600 kilometers over the mid-Atlas Mountains, from the Medina of Fez to the heights of Khenifra, into the dunes of the Sahara. This experience has opened up the story of Morocco for Laurent and his friends. Marrakech. It's a blend of Arab, European, and African influences. It's a melting pot of old world traditions and customs, fused with modern ideas and beliefs. And it is called the Red City. And for these three friends, this journey will take them into the far southern reaches of the mystical Morocco. Built at the foothills of the high Atlas Mountains, the city was founded in 1062 AD by the Amazigh Empire. A traveler's first visit to this energetic city overwhelms the senses. The sights, sounds, smells, and tastes come at you fast and furiously. Hassan Hakmoun, a master Gnawa musician, and his friends, superstar singer, songwriter, and producer Nouman Latlou and Laurent Legal, a documentary filmmaker, have journeyed to Marrakech to experience the mystery and wonder of this ancient city.
This is the house here where I grew up.
You grew up here?
And some of my family member was born here.
But you're Muslim, right?
I am Muslim, but we, Jews and Muslims live together at the same house. واش ما كاين مشكل؟ ما كاين مشكل. Come. I used to bake bread here. I worked in this place here, this bakery making bread. You can put 300 pieces of bread like this inside. And when the bread comes in and it's like this, when it's hot, you do this so it doesn't burn. Okay. And then you put it here, and all this bread go back into the markets. But beside that, people also bring their own bread. So this is commercials and also for the neighborhood. That was me back then. That kid was me. But the music took me around the world.
And here, you were playing music also when you were young, in those streets, in this area?
Yes, I was playing, all over this neighborhood music.
A taxi ride in Marrakech is a wild and unique experience.
Come on, guys, don't be shy. And it's pretty wide out there.
Laurent and Hassan make their way across town to learn more about the spiritual style of music called Gnawa and its iconic instrument.
Well, this instrument has 27 names, but I call it sentir. It's carved by hand and sanded, you see. Now he's gonna put the skin. The skin, it's a camel skin, but not just a camel skin, it's a special part of the camel, which is the neck.
The neck, why?
When you hit your neck, you hear a different sound. Right here, that's where our voices come. This instrument used for healing.
Healing like what?
When somebody's sick, they come into the Gnawa and they do ceremony. And that ceremony lasts all night long and play by this instrument, which we call sentir.
Is it a kind of a trance in a way?
It is.
It is a trance.
It is a trance music.
How long have you been playing Gnawa music?
Well, I grew up with this music within the family, but I become a master at the age of 14. To become a master, you have to perform all ceremony. You also have to make your own instrument, not go and buy it. And this instrument, it's a bass instrument, 2.5 strings, that is a bass. This is before bass, electric bass, or an upright bass, or a lot of other instruments that you see. This instrument is like the godfather of all the instruments. So he's almost finished putting the skin on, and this is the way it's gonna look on when he's finished.
Hassan and Laurent continue their adventure through Marrakech. And riding mopeds through the cobblestone streets of the Medina is common here. They're heading into the very heart of the city.
This is Jamaifna, probably the most famous square in Morocco. It's pretty tame during the day, but at night this place really comes to life. The square is located right next to the Medina.
Here the henna artists, snake charmers, and musicians mix with the wide-eyed travelers. Hassan takes Laurent deep into the Medina, where vendors offer all kinds of goods, leather, food, jewelry. It's the perfect place to taste some of Morocco's most unique cuisine.
This market have everything. So you come here, you want olives, you want mint, you know, you want spice, you want incense, you want to buy clothes, you want to buy, you know, carpentries, everything.
Everything is here.
Everything.
Is it busy right now?
No.
No?
This is not busy. You haven't seen busy. Now, do you like olives?
I love olives.
We can have some here. We can have some.
Bonjour.
This is it. Go ahead. Shukran.
Pretty, little bit spicy.
And tasty.
And very tasty.
That's right. Very tasty. Out of this world.
Olives in Morocco, magnifique.
As the light fades, the musicians and performers bring Jemelfna Square to life. The friends' journey continues to the coast of Morocco. Essaouira is a city built on the traditions of fishermen harvesting the sea. Just over 200 years old, the town is young by Moroccan standards. It was formerly called Mogador, after the nearby island that shelters the city from the winds of the Atlantic Ocean, making this one of the best ports in all of Morocco.
Here you got the ocean, and you get also, you know, the fish. The fish is fresh. The boat comes here in the port, and they start selling the fish right off, off the boat.
The architecture also is totally different. We can see the flavor of the Portuguese here. It was like built by the sea.
You know, you can call it the Blue City, or, you know, Essaouira is a very special place to be.
I think it's a very inspiring place.
It is.
For artists.
It is. It's a very creative. I mean, imagine you come here, sit right by the ocean.
Yeah. You can have some things in your mind. Yeah.
Every time the wave hit the rock, it comes out a new poem or word for your song.
Essaouira is a haven for artists from all around the world. Regardless of race, ethnicity, or beliefs, there's a feeling of acceptance and respect among the fellow artists.
Before the main harbor was in Casablanca, it was first here in Essaouira. So they provided fish for the whole area, for the city of Marrakech, for the capitals, for everybody. Everybody ate the fish, but not only is it good fish because there is a lot of fish, but they know how to cook the fish.
Today, Essaouira is known for more than just seafood. It's also famous for Gnawa music. Essaouira has become a mecca of sorts for the popular trance-like music that uses ancient African Islamic spiritual religious songs and rhythms. Many of these songs can last for as long as several hours and are used during healing rituals. The annual Gnawa Festival attracts music lovers from all over the world who descend upon Essaouira to enjoy 3 days of concerts that include impromptu jams and fusions with other genres such as jazz, hip-hop, and blues.
How many people here?
They exceeded 500,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it is wild.
Heading south along the coast, the friends voyage into the Atlas Mountains. This part of Morocco is famous for the argan trees and the goats that climb up into the trees to eat their fruit. The oils from the fruit have grown in popularity in Europe and North America. As the three friends travel through the southern part of Morocco, the sun begins to dip below the Atlantic Ocean. It's a vista worthy of stopping the bus to experience firsthand. Their journey continues south, along the coast to the city of Agadir, the next stop for the voyagers. It's known as the Miami of Morocco.
We are in Agadir.
One of the most famous and known cities for tourism. We are in the capital of Sousse. Agadir is a joy of Morocco. Sun all the time, beaches all the time. Very, very beautiful.
And what about the music comes from here?
The main two kinds of music in Agadir is Rouais, which means chiefs. That's our masters go through all villages in Morocco from Agadir and tell story to villages from other villages. And another main music kind is folk music called Ahwash. This is a plural of Housh, and Housh is the courtyard in your house. Like every family gets in the evening of at the courtyard and start playing and getting. It's a social life. And they play that this kind of tambourines called tara, goes in a crescendo from slow to fast. And at the fastest movements, they start to use hands called in this region afous, which means hand. That's why you're going to see a man, a maestro, saying afous, afous, taka, 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 with the drum. Very, very, and the ladies playing and chanting and dancing together.
The Agadir of today is modern and advanced. but it does not have the Medina many other cities in Morocco cherish. February 29th, 1960, changed the city of Agadir forever. A 5.7 magnitude earthquake struck the area. It lasted for only 15 seconds, but that was long enough to level the entire city, injuring or killing more than half the population.
The whole city was swallowed up from there, over there, in that mountain. So we came down there and built this all new city.
Today, the city shows no sign of enduring one of the country's largest tragedies in its history. To the very far south, on a peninsula that stretches out into the Atlantic, is the city of Dakhla, our voyager's final destination. This is considered the far reaches of Morocco, hundreds of kilometers from the larger cities like Casablanca and Tangier.
This whole area, the Moroccan Sahara, was colonized by the Spanish. Back in 1975, the King Hassan II had this beautiful pacific vision and asked for a green march, green which means peaceful. Only people taking Quran and Moroccan flags and walking.
But how many people were involved in that?
350,000 did the march at that time. And as soon as we reached the Sahara, we were responded by Spanish and evacuated the place.
This area of Africa has been coveted by many different countries, most recently by Spain and Algeria. In 1975, when this area was known as the Spanish Sahara, King Hassan II of Morocco publicly called upon his people to march into the Spanish Sahara unarmed, a peaceful protest to the Spanish occupation of the region. Spain relinquished its occupation soon thereafter. Today, this part of the world is very important to the Moroccan people. Nouman and Hassan have invited many of their friends and famous Moroccan musicians to Dakhla, like Omar Said, whose band Nas El Gouain brought Western influences to Moroccan music, and the beautiful Bayan Belayashi, a classically trained vocalist. And Fanair, one of the hottest hip-hop groups in Morocco.
باين حقي في بلادي باين بيد الحنا دايم عزي في بلادي دايم بيد الحنا عهدني ونعهدك يا الغريبي بيد الحنا هنية نساهموا في التنمية بيد الحنا وخا ينسى بنادم ما يسمع.
The song Yid Al-Henna is a gift for the people of Morocco and also the people here that lives in the deserts, and it's always stay as a traditional of Morocco, and always will be.
It's time to explore Dakhla. Laurent and Bayan head to the center of town.
So we are here in the souk in Dakhla. And this is the first time for you? Première fois pour toi?
Yes,
and first time for me. Let's go and experience and we'll see. Yes?
الأحلام نسينا الأحلام أحلام لا إله إلا الله
As the day fades, everyone heads away from the city and out into the desert. Laurent and Bayan come upon a traditional sub-Saharan music performance.
You have to imagine a beach, a full moon, a fire, and all those musicians united together to play together.
Everyone seated around the fire, Nuaman leads the jam. All the musicians take turns adding their own style to the melody.
To be with Nuaman, with Hassan, meeting all those fantastic musicians was an incredible experience for me.
Here in Dakhla, under the desert moon, the Moroccan voyage of the three friends has finally come to a crescendo. They have traveled from Tangier, across the Emerald Mountains, along the deep blues of the ocean, to the majestic Golden Sahara, and have come to appreciate the diverse cultures, landscapes, ancient history, and modern cities.
And that's it. We are there to cherish a moment.
Yet the heart of Morocco is its people, who come together in perfect harmony, in one unified voice.
And we are one. We are one.